Hey guys, it's Dawn again coming at you from my breakfast room here in Texas. Hey, I just want you to know, one, I'm kind of losing my voice from allergies, so forgive me if I go in and out. Two, I want you to know that I'm coming to you in the name of Yehovah and his son Yeshua as a fulfiller of Deuteronomy 13, a keeper of the covenant, a keeper of the front part of the book, validated by the Messiah's blood in the back part of the book, the best I can where I'm at these days and times, all out of a love for him. So, hey, I wanted to share with you, I needed to share with you something Father's been putting heavy on my spirit to tell the people. About 6 weeks ago, Father gave me a vision. I was walking into our kitchen over to my right, and I was walking, got to the Keurig machine. I was going to get my tea. I'll tell you about this cup in a minute. I was going to get my tea at the Keurig machine, and I reached up to pull the lever down, and boom, I was taken to like a movie theater. And I was just standing there like in this movie theater, but I was in our front parlor in the front part of the house. And I was standing there looking out the window, and all of a sudden these military trucks come driving really slowly down our road, very slowly down the road. And this military truck, it wasn't like a normal, it was a green truck, but it didn't have the spots on it, the different color green spots. I guess we call it camo, the camo spots all over it. It was a green truck, but inside on the bed of the truck, there were men all dressed in black caps. They had black baseball caps, big automatic pew-pews, and they had the big circle things on them, and they were really long, and they had the little straps hanging over them. Sorry, that's my oven again. My husband wanted some of his cookies made, so I'll get some of his cookies made today before he gets home. And they were sitting in the back of the truck, and some were sitting on top of the cab with their legs hanging over the back. Some were standing in the bed of the truck, and some were sitting on the tailgate of the truck bed with their legs hanging off, going by real slowly. And I heard, they're there to make sure you stay in. And I went, ooh, okay. And then I heard, you need to get chickens before the next lockdown. You need to get chickens before the next lockdown. And I went, whoa. Okay. Where I live, we don't, our little city, you can have chickens according to our little city, but then our HOAs have governance too. And so our particular HOA doesn't allow chickens. And I have wanted chickens for years. I want chickens. I have wanted chickens for years. But my husband has always said no because of the HOA. We didn't want to have to get a letter, get fined, or get in trouble, just getting HOA jail. And he's always said no. And I said, Father, but Sonny has said no. Father didn't say anything in response. So Father takes me out from the vision, and it was like, Father, I will be obedient to you, but you're going to have to soften my husband's heart. I will share this with him, but his heart is in your hands, and you can sway it like the king's heart, like the rivers of the water. You're going to have to sway his heart. So that night, y'all, he came home, and I cooked supper, and we're sitting at supper, and I said, sweetie, my love, Father gave me a vision today, and he said he was genuinely interested, and he said, what did he show you? And I said, he showed me another lockdown is coming, and I guess it's going to be martial law or something, because there were military men in a truck, or I think they were military men. They were dressed like it, and they were driving really slowly in the truck in front of our house, and it going around the neighborhood, and around the corner there in front of Mr. Frank's, and I heard they're there to make sure you stay in. And then I said, and then I heard, you need to get chickens before the next lockdown. You need to get chickens before the next lockdown. And I said, what do you think? And y'all, Father's so good. He said, I believe you have heard from Father. I think we need to get chickens before the next lockdown. And I said, even though you know that they're against the HOA rules, he said, we will deal with it. And I said, okay, amen, praise y'all. Thank you, Father, for softening his heart and receiving the chickens. So the chicken call. So I have been studying like a crazy woman about chickens. I know nothing about chickens. I just know I've wanted them for years. And so I got a book called Chicken for Dummies. I've been researching chicken coops, chicken runs, chicken yards, chicken houses, chicken health, because I know nothing about chickens, so we're like on the fast track to get chickens. But I tell you, out of a spirit of open and loving communication and respect for my neighbors, I reached out to both sides of our neighbors, Mr. Frank on one side and the lovely Baxters on the others with their two little kids. They call me Miss D. They're just a delight. And we have little popsicle dates. They're just so cute. I said, I know you think I'm some kind of spiritual cuckoo bird, but this is what Father has shown me is coming, and we're going to get chickens. Do you have a problem with that? And both sides said, go for it. We won't turn you in. We're glad you're doing something. So not only did Father soften the heart of my husband, he blessed us with neighbors with softened hearts to receive. And one neighbor, Mr. Frank, said, I'm just concerned about the smell, but I know you. You're really clean, and I don't have to worry about that. And I said, no, sir, you won't, because we had a dove for 13 years. And so we've dealt with bird issues for 13 years. We know how to take care of a dove, but I don't know how much different chickens are. And I said, but if you notice something, if you start to get disturbed, tell us. Have communication and some dialogue with us, and we will rectify it ASAP. And he said, well, I hope the lockdown doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. And the sweet little Baxter family on the other side, they said, oh, that will be such great fun. I know the kids would just love to see them. So y'all, we're getting chickens. Y'all, I'm going to be a chicken owner. I'm going to get chickens. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we just had our first shipment of chicken housing materials, cinder blocks, plywood, 2x4s, and an old shed. I just bought a cheap shed that we're going to renovate. And then the next will be chain link fence, hardwire cloth, and then a Premier One electric fence. So we're going to, belts and suspenders kind of thing. We're going to really do it up. But anyway, y'all aren't here to hear about my coop plans. I wanted to let you know Father has shown me another lockdown is coming. So out of spirit of open and loving communication, I just want to encourage you to get what you need, because you'll have what you have. And if there is something, when we went through the last lockdown because of the cooties, if there's something that you wish you didn't do, or wish you had, or wish you had done, learn from that wisdom from the past, because that was just practice, and get that done now. We are running out of time, so get that done now. Do what you have to. Two more things I want to share with you, and this is probably a good thing to remember. We have a list already written out, handwritten out, on a piece of notebook paper, and we have it in a sheet protector taped to the inside of our medicine cabinet in the kitchen. It's where the doggies' medicines are, it's where my husband's medicines are, and it's where my supplements are. So that way, if we have to bug out at the last minute, we can open that door and we can see the list. And of course, the top 10 things are things like, if you just have to go now, those top 10 things. The doggies, medicines, laptops, phones, phone books. I use a phone book because I use a flip phone. Things, my numbers like that. And being a daughter of an IRS agent, I take my receipts. I have my whole box of receipts so I can get my taxes done. But we have a list of stuff. 2, have a list on each other's phones that if a nuke hits, martial law kicks in, something happens all of a sudden during the day, during the weekday, you will have a list. My husband works away in town in San Antonio, and we live out I-10. And so if something happens during the day, a natural disaster, a military, mamma jahamba kind of stuff, whatever it is, he's got a list to do on the way home. I have a list here to run to the store and get back. So we have two things, a list if we're both here and we have to bug out, two, a list for him and a list for myself if something happens during the day. And then we also have 2 routes planned out for him to come home depending on the time of day and what it is. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also, y'all may not know this, but my husband and I started a preppers group about 4 years ago. I may have told you this before. About 4 years ago. And we just wanted, and I started on the Nextdoor app for our little city. We just, we've been through some stuff, and we just wanted to connect with other people who'd been through some stuff so we could come together to help each other when we go through future stuff. That's basically what it was, not this doomsday or kind of mess. So we started a preppers group. Well, it has exploded, and we've got 150 families represented in this preppers group that's nationwide. So if you're interested into getting on the mailing list, and I do not share email addresses, if you're interested in being on our mailer, on our email list, to get updates and things that we learn about prepping issues, you can send your email, send me your contact information, just send me an email to F as in Frank, O-R, Preppers. F-O-R stands for Fair Oaks Ranch Preppers, Preppers at yahoo.com. F-O-R. Preppers at yahoo.com, and I'll put a link in the description box below. We'd love to have you join the Prepper family if you'd like to get updates and things like that of things that we're seeing. And once again, your email address remains anonymous. I don't send them out to everybody unless you tell me, hey, send this out to everybody. I want everybody to know that. And if you don't mind your email being shown to everybody, fine, let me know that too. We just want to respect everybody's anonymity. So that's it, guys. I wanted to share the vision Father gave me. You need to get chickens before the next lockdown, and they are there to make sure you stay in your house. I don't know if it's good or not, but they were there to make sure you stayed in your house. So I wanted to share that too. We're getting chickens, and I've got coop brain. I'm just so excited. We've got some friend who's going to give us some chickens when we're ready. And we're going to start out with 3. And the next is your bug out list, your if things go to pot list during the week and y'all are separated, you and your beloveds are separated, and the other is the prepper's email. So anyway, guys, we love you very much. Oh, I wanted to tell you about the mug. Y'all can go off if you don't want to hear about this mug, but look at this. Isn't this the cutest thing? Look at this. My niece, or our niece, she did this when she was 7 years old. I mean, gosh, she's what, 25 now. I mean, she graduated from college. She's working in a law firm and living in a big city. So, but she did this when she was 7 years old and made it for her Aunt Dawn. And I just love drinking out of this because it just reminds me when she was young. And don't you wish they could just stay young forever like that? But I know she's doing great, and it just warms my heart to drink my tea out of it and think of her. So anyway, guys, thanks for the time. I love you very much. And don't forget, it's the glory of God to conceal a matter, and it's the honor of kings to search it out. Search him out while he still may be found, because he may not be able to be found, and we're getting pretty close to that time. Please, guys, search him out. Return teshuvah to the commandments. He loved you enough to show you how you can love him. Well, we love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.